Hi, hey, Blood Dads. We are at Carrabelle Beach right now, and I'm going to show you a very nostalgic look at what maybe is like back in the 1960s of how everything was set up when you went to the beach. So let me turn you around. We're making the turn. Now here's Carrabelle Beach, and check out,
bright sun.
As the sun comes up, look at these awesome pavilions.
Those look old.
Yeah, they're definitely dated. But you can see the beach over there. It's a small stretch of sand. They do have bathrooms, as you can see.
I don't think they have showers.
World War II D-Day training site?
Hmm.
Whoa. Wow. That's impressive. I like to take a picture of that. Maybe on the way back we'll take a picture. But yeah, so you can see there's the picnic tables are made of stone.
Why?
Because that's how they built it back in the 1960s. It's the 1960s motif. You could see, or structures. You could see how the roof is actually caved in, and so the water seeps out instead of the edges in the middle and then runs off.
Well, that's smart. I think
And right across the street, and that's our goal, is to get an RV, is Carrabelle Beach Resort. And these folks right here, sorry, let me focus and turn you right here. These folks have their RV and their own private beach as they walk across the road.
Oh, that's nice.
Pretty awesome. All right, we're back on the road again to St. George Island. And we're gonna get some donuts. Weber's Donuts. That's what's impressive about, or not impressive, it's recommended, as we saw. Hey, you gotta make sure you get donuts. So the great thing about it is we've driven this stretch of road before. So just after Carrabelle, from Carrabelle Beach all the way to St. George Island, is this stretch of road. And I'm gonna turn you around so you can. So this stretch of road right here, I need to move this. I got it. So it's like Pacific Coast Highway. And why is it like Pacific Coast Highway? Well, because you get to drive along the coast. Now this coast is the coast of the Gulf of Mexico. So we're right now in between Carrabelle, where we were from, to Apalachicola. So I know you don't see anything here, but this stretch of road is wooded. But we're gonna come out of it, and you're gonna see the beautiful blue water of the Gulf. It's coming up.
And you can see dolphins here.
Yes, we saw dolphins.
Yeah.
Yep, we saw them at the beach. Well, we all saw them eventually.
But I didn't see nothing.
Okay, here's the turn right here. And there's the beautiful water of the Gulf.
Lots of pelicans.
Yeah, we saw pelicans and seagulls.
And let's see,
This is beautiful. Look at this. In the morning, just this drive, and there it is. So this is the bay of, I think, Appalachia, if I'm not mistaken. It's not Apalachicola because we're not there yet. But yeah, if this was California, would be up on mountains and driving through the mountains along the Pacific coast. But here is unlike anything I've ever driven before. I mean, we do have it on the East Coast, so on A1A, but nothing as calm and serene and pretty as this, I think. So it reminds me of when I used to live in Port Charlotte, Florida. There's a stretch between Inglewood Beach and Sarasota County. And those of you who watch this video and know anything about that stretch, it's just like this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause it, and then we'll see more of it as we get closer to St. George Island. All right, everybody. We just passed East Point, which is the town before getting on this bridge to St. George Island. So, you can't see anything yet, but as we round this curve, we're now going over the bay. So this reminds me of driving over to the Keys. Now, as you can see, off to the far left of your view screen, those are typical bridges that went over the Keys. And as you can see, our white line in the road on either side, those are called shoulders. So you can pull off if you need to pull off, especially during a car emergency or something like that. But on those typical bridges, there's no white lines and there's no shoulders. So I'm going to tell you a story right now about our harrowing experience when I was a kid. So while driving on a bridge like the one that you saw back there with no shoulders, we were young and we were driving from one side of Tampa Bay to the other, and I think it was called the Gandy Bridge. As we're driving on the Gandy Bridge, our small little car started to overheat. And all of us in the car, as this thing is overheating, we were in the middle of the bridge when this started to happen. So, with that being said, you don't want to stop in the middle of the bridge if you got a car problem. Because as you see these cars coming to us, there's no way you could pull off. And so you'd literally stop in the middle of the bridge, and you got a whole line of people behind you. So my dad was really, really sweating it. So as he was continuing to drive, he drove at about 45 miles an hour, if I remember the story correctly. And we chugged along with a whole line of car people behind us, as if it was a caravan. And then next thing you know, we finally got to the other side, pulled over, and he was able to check out the radiator in the car and cool the engine down. So that was a very harrowing experience and memorable, because that was probably one of the times that I've seen my dad nervous. And rarely does he ever get nervous. He's nervous now. Or then. So we're now on the top of the bridge, and right over the horizon as we go over to the top, this is St. George Island, and beyond it, you can see the blue in the background. That is the Gulf of Mexico. So now I'm going to straighten it, and you can see the ball on top of a long structure, and that's the water tower of St. George Island. So this information on this island says 3 square miles. From tip to tip, it's about 22 miles. Way back when, in the, I think, the mid-50s, 40s or 50s, towards the western side, they actually made a channel. So it made fishing easier instead of going all the way around St. George Island. So the lighthouse that you're going to see up ahead, there were 2 lighthouses on this island, but that were built in around the 1880s. But because of storms and the lack of protection from storms during that time period, they got obviously knocked down because of the storms. But the lighthouse that you see in front of you, that was reconstructed, and now it serves as a visitor center that we're going to take a look at. But we are actually on our way to get Weber's Donuts. So there's the sign for St. George Island. Dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
And I see the big boom again.
Oh, my.
The big blue
Oh, okay, honey. Thank you.
Stop.
All right, so we're about to get to Weber's Donuts. So this is the entranceway to St. George Island with a lot of shops and a lot of condos.
Lots of condos.
Lots of condos. And as we stop, you're going to see off to the left of the screen, there is the lighthouse and the visitor center. And you can park right ahead. This is where you can go to the beach. It's one of the public accesses to the beach. And it is a Monday, so you know, on the weekends, it's pretty busy. But now, at almost 9 o'clock in the morning here, there's really no one here. So we're going to take a look at the visitor center. And let me just show you a shot of Weber's Donuts, because that's where we're going to be.
I'm just really hungry.
And yeah, there it is. Weber's Donuts. So we're going to go check it out, get some donuts, and we're going to report back to you. Okay, see you in the next, all right. So if you like this video, go ahead and, what's the name of your unicorn?
Princess Sprinkles.
And what's the name of yours? Daughter 1?
Me?
Your daughter 1, right? What's the name of yours?
Carrabelle.
Carrabelle?
Because I named it after the town that we're staying in.
Oh, so cute. Okay.
They're cousins.
So don't forget to like
They're both girls.
and comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell. Everybody ready? Ding! All right, everybody. We're gonna taste some donuts. Nom 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 nom.